Okay, good morning and thank you for your interest in this webinar. My name is Sebastián Becerra. I am the Insights Manager at buho Clarity for Leaders. Today, I want to share with you the transformation process that our company has had in the past year by implementing artificial intelligence, taking advantage of our historic data and how this has led us to achieve competitive advantage. So, first of all, I would like to introduce buho with a couple of facts that describe who we are. We're a company with a global scope working in more than 50 countries. In the past decade, we have worked in 210 projects, which has provided us with around 2 million curated data points. This is highly important as the quality of our data comes from handcrafted coding by our analysts who count with both academic degrees and expertise in content analysis. We work both in private and public sectors. And our main focus is to guide our clients' communication strategies using data for their decision-making. Our consultancy ranges different client needs from brand reputation, public affairs, organizational culture management, and innovation management. Today, I will focus on brand reputation, as it is the business area where we have initially worked with AI. And buho has been recognized as one of the most innovative agencies in the past decade from Colombia, particularly for the project that I am about to tell you. We have more than 10 years of experience of assessing our clients on corporate reputation. The following are some of our international clients, and the industries in which we have worked range from finance, health, telecommunications, NGOs, fast-moving consumer goods, and the public sector. Now, let's have a look to why we consider brand reputation to be relevant and how we measure communications that surround it. At buho, we understand that the value of intangible assets and their importance for organizational success. However, from our experience, we have found that building a good reputation requires hard work that involves constancy and care, as it is constantly under threat and can be affected with certain ease. This is a dynamic that has become more common as communication itself has evolved. As you know, before we were only used to one-directional communication. Companies, organization would deliver message, but now communication works in a two-way direction, in which audiences and stakeholders have the possibility to respond to what we deliver. According to the World Economic Forum, an organization reputation accounts for more than 40% of its market value. However, not all organizations are aware of its importance and therefore are unsure about its management. At buho, this phrase by Warren Buffett summarizes the philosophy behind this concept. As he said, we can afford to lose money, even a lot of money, but we can't afford to lose reputation, even a shred of reputation. Now, in order to manage our reputation, it is necessary to understand the factors that could potentially have an impact on it. Communication is one of the most important factors, as it influences perceptions of our stakeholders. Reputation is the construction of perceptions about an organization or an individual. When studying communication, we use the PESO model, a well-accepted concept in our industry that describes the different possible sources of information. As you may know, this model includes paid, earned, shared, and owned media. And these can be split in two groups based on the level of control they offer to organizations, providing a set of advantages and disadvantages. From our analysis, what we have found is that audiences feel more acceptance to communication when they have control. So this is a very important concept that you will see across this concept. So first, on one side, we have paid and owned media, which offer high level of control in terms of message and format, while at the same time having a wide range of possible ways of reaching their target audiences. However, their main disadvantage are the lower receptivity of the audience and the low credibility that they have. And what we have seen that is that in certain cases, rejection is even triggered because of their invasive nature. While earned and shared media tend to have highest levels of receptivity and credibility, as the audience has the control over exposure and they have higher reliance on the content generators. Nevertheless, there are some disadvantages for organizations, which they, for instance, they have low control over the message that is being delivered, and often the message is misaligned with their strategy, and it can be even unpredictable, resulting in reputational crisis. The following are proportions of global trust towards each of these sources of information according to Nielsen's Global Trust in Advertising study. As you can see, both earned and shared media lead in terms of trust. At buho, we help our clients to have greater control of communication channels where there is a greater reputational risk given the level of credibility and receptivity by the audiences. So now let's have a look to the steps of our content analysis for earned media coverage, which is the specific solution in which AI has been implemented. First, we begin by understanding our client's communication strategy. For this process, we use the AMEC framework, a planning tool that allows us to establish our client's goals, target audience, tactics, and expected results. Afterwards, we design an analysis matrix in which we map all the different categories that will be used for classifying information related to the project. Each matrix is personalized based on our client's strategy and needs. This is a key aspect of our solution because we believe that every project is different, and based on the strategy of our clients, we personalized the solution. So the categories are unique project per project. Third, then we configure our search in our monitoring platforms. Make sure we narrow the scope to the keywords that belong to the project. Then we begin to code the information. In this process, our analysts are experts that come, as I already mentioned, with both high academic levels and expertise in content analysis, making sure the data falls where it needs to be. Then we conclude and deliver. Based on the trends found, we extract insights that become recommendations for our client's PR strategy. The main variables we use for our analysis and that are consistent across different projects are the following. First, we have fragment identification. We believe content should be analyzed in detail, which is why we divide it according to statements. So, for instance, instead of having a general analysis about a full article, we will look into it and divide it into units of analysis. As in the same article, we can find several positions. So we make sure we look in detail to every one of them. Second, then we have the sentiment. Based on the logic of the project and the meaning of the statement, we don't rely on algorithms that use word meaning to predict a sentiment without considering if there is any sarcasm or irony, which could lead to a failure in classification of this data. Then we have topics, the first level of content classification to understand the content trends. And tags, the second level of analysis that allows us to go in detail in each of these topics. Then we have entities, a particular aspect that differentiate us from other of our competitors. We identify persons or institutions that are expressing their opinions and the recipients of those opinions. These are classified, and the lists that result from this identification and are later used for adjusting strategies in terms of PR. Finally, we extract quantitative data from publications, such as media type, reach, potential audience profile, and coverage frequency. When we decided to implement artificial intelligence, there were certain risks. We were afraid that this could have an impact in our methodology. So we had to map them out in order to know how we can handle them while in the process. So the first risk we identify, and probably the one that we were most afraid of, was hindering our accuracy. As our analysis focused on manual coding and we applied quality controls, we made sure that our data accuracy was at the highest possible level. This is one of our main differentiating factors. And we were afraid this technology would have difficulties reaching the same levels that we were already having. We managed it by making constant quality checks to revise the predictions made by the model and the ones from our analysts, making corrections to the model as needed. So we never avoided putting aside our analysts. This was never a thought on our company, but we always believed that the technology would keep improving based on this human insight. The second was losing personalization, which, as I already mentioned, is something we are very proud of. So considering machine learning works best when accumulating data, there was a risk here because as every matrix is personalized, we could not merge them all and expect that we then could sort the needs of any client. So what we realized here was a possibility to have what we call client-specific models, in which we accumulate a set of data for a small period of time, we train the model, and then our client keeps seeing the same personalized results he's used to seeing in their reports without losing anything. This is one of the solutions that we were able to come up, the client-specific model. And the second one was we realized that we have certain similarities between projects in terms of industries. So for instance, we would have a health related client and other clients that belong to the same industry. So we would take the matrices, join different topics and categories, and we would create one specific solution per industry. In this way, we will be able to have both possibilities, either keeping personalized solutions for a client specific or having full data set that accommodates for an industry needs. The third main challenge we faced was changing our process. So our operations were already optimized for content analysis. We were very optimized doing this when it was done manually. And this forced us to transform our staff activities from operative to more analytical ones. For instance, instead of coding, analysts will now be in charge of training the models using hard rules and dedicating most of their time to identifying insights and guiding their clients in the process, becoming consultants. The fourth main challenge was being ready for its implementation. This change implied not only an upgrade to our current technology, but also the team in charge, and I'm also part of this team, had to expand their knowledge in order to translate the requirements of our methodology to the AI partners who collaborated with us. In summary, our former in-depth analysis, what we used to do in a handcrafted way, evolved to what we call now smart tracking. We use automation that allows us to analyze large volumes of information in an agile way. Formerly, every analyst will code a total of 85 articles in one day. And our model now is able to process 515 articles per minute with an accuracy over 80%. While comparing the optimization in terms of speed and quality, we consider it to be outstanding. And we mix it with expert analysis, who carefully scrutinize signals that may pose threats or opportunities to our client's reputation. The main advantages we have gained after this transformation using AI are the following. However, I want to make a pause here because our invitation by showing you this is to consider how you could also implement AI for your own company and considering your own reputation. So the first main advantage that we gain, and this is very exciting from a research perspective, is the possibility to broaden our scope of analysis. Considering our handcrafted process, we used to focus on samples of data because of the time we required for delivering insights to our clients. Using machine learning, we can now analyze full data sets. And this is very important because before we will just focus, for instance, in what was being mentioned about our client's brand. Now we can include their competitors, their products, their industry overall, having a more clear understanding of their situation, moving from a microvision to a macrovision of their media coverage. Further develop our staff was the second main advantage here. So we here changing from highly operative tasks to more analytical ones. They will now face more exciting challenges of data interpretation and guiding our clients. The third main advantage was enhancing our current products. As we can dedicate more time to analysis, we're incorporating other research methodologies such as quantitative and qualitative audience research, which has resulted in one of our newest solutions, what we call Reputation 360. Here, we take two main inputs: different signals that can come from social media and media coverage, and that could potentially harm or benefit reputation. And we include interviews or surveys, depending on the audience, for all the different stakeholders that that contribute to an organization's success in terms of objectives. So, for instance, we will interview clients, suppliers, distributors, employees, not only every part of their value chain, but also external stakeholders that are relevant, such as journalists, authorities that have certain power over the law that surrounds an industry. And we also include, for instance, NGOs, which also have now a saying in a corporate reputation. Then the fourth main advantage was the development of new solutions and games. This is very exciting for us, as this is something we dreamed of when making this transition. One of the biggest challenges we had before was assessing a client during a live reputational crisis, because we needed to analyze large amounts of data in a short period of time. This has changed, and now we can be more convenient in terms of delivery. The fifth main advantage is the governmental benefits that we have gained with this, based on innovation. So let me tell you a bit of context about this. The Colombian government invites local companies to compete and present their newest solutions. In our case, this has provided us with financial awards that can be used to support our technological investment. It's very exciting for us, as this furthers our development, but also provide us with consultancy from these institutions that are experts in guiding companies in innovation transformation process. And the main winners of this transformation are three. And I have synthesized these beneficiaries of this transformation because I believe this could give you a sense of the possibilities. So the first is our methodology, which has become more robust by offering a wide range of contexts of analysis and more convenient in terms of delivery. The second one is, without a doubt, our staff. Their focus has shifted to tasks where they can add the highest value in terms of analysis and growth in their career paths as consultants. And last but not least, and actually the one we consider is the main winner of this process, is our client, who is gaining a more competitive solution and the confidence that buho, as an ally, is constantly aiming to improve their service. This is highly relevant for us, as we believe that whenever our client has confidence in us, he will be more willing to work with our solutions in a more holistic way, integrating other products from our portfolio. So I would like to thank you for your assistance to this webinar. I'm sharing with you my contact in LinkedIn and my corporate email if you're interested in discussing further the process of transformation from our company, or how our solutions can adapt to your corporate needs. Thank you for your assistance and have a nice day.